Hello, London. How you doing? Oh, hell yeah.
That's nice. Thank you. Oh, all right. You did it for Dave, and then I talked, and the energy.
Don't you bloody ask for it.
Matt, the secret is to ask them how they're doing.
Oh, okay. Sup, cunts. Oh, fuck.
Very close. Very close. Welcome to another episode of the Do Go On podcast. My name is Dave Warnicky, and I'm here with Matt Stewart and Jess Perkins, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah!
There's a baby. There's literally a baby in this room, and I still dropped the C-bomb.
Gotta start him young.
The majority of work done in editing the weekly podcast is me being edited out saying Clarence Hunt or the
I think I know what that baby's first word's gonna be.
Aww.
It's gonna be Matt. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Guys, thank you so much for coming out to the Phoenix here. This is a lovely venue, and it is our Christmas special.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah, you thought the shopping centres were going early this year. No. We also have gone pretty early. But by the time this comes out and people hear it at home, it will be very close to ye old Christmas.
Yeah.
What's on the list this year, Jess? Anything you'd like Santa Claus to bring you?
A tricycle.
Okay.
A pony. And my dad to come back. Good riddance.
Yeah, I'll be able to organise two of those. I'm afraid the tricycle shop is completely sold out. So, but Dad's coming home.
Woohoo!
Your dad is at home right now.
Yeah. I like to give the illusion that I come from a broken home and I have a dark past, but I'm fine.
Because there's nothing funnier than a broken home.
Yeah. And everyone's fine. I had a good education and middle class upbringing, so
yeah,
not great for comedy, to be honest.
Love the affluent East.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. How about you? How any Christmas? You're a big so we call me the festive boy on the show. That's one of my nicknames if you don't know. But Matt is actually the festive man. Really, you're a big Christmas guy, and it pisses you off that you're not the Christmas guy on the show.
I should be the Christmas guy because I am the Christmas guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Christmas for me isn't about what you get; it's about what you give.
Okay. And what are you planning to give this Christmas?
Yeah, a bit of that, bit of this, bit of that. Bit of this, bit of that. You know?
Gross. You guys are wearing matching shoes. And you and I are wearing matching shoes. All right, everyone show me your shoes.
So this is the show.
This is good fun.
Shoe time with the Gut Boys.
That's right. Now, there's always a few people that have never heard the show, but first of all, we start with, give me a round of applause if you have heard Do Go On before.
Thank God.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
That is a relief.
On the other end of the scale, please do not be shy. If you've never heard the show before, please cheer now.
Few as well. And our tech.
Dave, our sound... Dave, you said you listened to a bit on the way here.
Yeah.
You were lying.
He's lying. He's being polite.
Thank you. Do
you say that to bands too? Yeah, I love your songs, I guess.
Is that what you do?
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for those of you coming along, probably being dragged along by a friend. Some of this won't make sense, but just, have a good time, I guess.
I'll explain those bits.
Yeah.
Who's the closest to me who doesn't know? Who's never been?
A couple over here.
All right, I'll address all of that weird stuff to you. What's your name? Jordash. All right.
That is a great name.
That is a beautiful name. I think, is it? Did you say Jordash? I love it so much. Jordash.
That is
awesome.
Beautiful name. Sorry, what did you say? Great to have you here, Jordash. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, so the people that haven't heard the show, like yourself, Jordash, what happens is usually each episode, one of us does a report on a topic suggested by a listener. The other two people on the program don't know.
Program. Oh, hello, BBC.
Yeah, that's right.
On this week's program.
This is Radio 4. Huh? That means something here, doesn't it? All right, anyway. Local reference. Tick. How good is Posh Spice?
You do a reference, Bob. Do a reference.
Yeah, the Queen is a thing.
That's a big one. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Nigel Mansell. It's the first one that came to mind.
Right.
Also, magical Mrs. Marple.
Yes.
Markle. What's her name? The one who married the prince.
Markle.
Markle. What a beautiful name. Matt, your name's not Jordash Markle, is it?
Oh, man. Imagine.
Any
you
questions so
consider
far?
changing your name?
Oh, yeah, you should change. Anyway,
No.
we'll do the show and then we'll chat about your name later.
Anyway, the program. That's where we were.
Yes.
The other two don't know what the topic is going to be, but for our Christmas special, we've decided to do a mini report on a Christmas topic each. And Matt, what is our overall Christmas theme this year?
Well, it's the same as last year. It's the sequel, and everyone knows the sequel's always better than the original. Christmastime Mysteries.
It was an audible yes.
Yeah, did he say yes?
Which is nice.
Were you saying yes? Yes.
You want some death? That's not related to the podcast at all. She's just a psycho. Mole people.
Oh, gone early, but yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Always. I'll find a way.
Do you mind if I kick off with a little mystery? There is death in mine, so...
Because Matt, last year, if you haven't heard, our Christmas special did 5 topics. 3 of them were very death-filled.
Yeah. Which I'm sure is fun, sure. But in a room of people who kind of look around at one another going, oh, that could have been us, it's less fun. So good luck, Maddie.
Yeah, we found that out all over again in Manchester when we talked about serial killers. So
It was very tense in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, that was our bad. No refunds.
Lock the door!
When you're finding yourself saying into a microphone, any family members of the victims in tonight?
Don't say it again, Jesus.
That wasn't good.
Whoa.
Because we did focus on ones from the UK, and mine was very recent. So it was a very real possibility.
That episode will not see the light of day.
No. So...
Maybe the patrons will hear it. All right. Here is my question. So we ask a question, Jordash, to get on the topic. And my question is, which of the 5 classic senses was terrorised in a mysterious fashion in the English town of Warminster in the 1960s?
Well, let's...
A good year, thank you. But it was a decade, but sure. 10 good years.
Adapt the catchphrase, mate. Okay, so let's go with
it's
senses.
a sense.
So we got smell.
Balance.
Okay, we've got balance. Touch. Taste. Vision. That's 5.
Sense of self.
Stop.
Hearing is
Hearing.
1, thank you. So we're already up to 6.
Is it any
Oh,
of
6 1?
these?
Yeah, it's hearing. That guy got it.
Nice. Hearing.
Yet
Okay.
again, the crowd nails it. Sucked in, Dave. You're the worst nerd. You got all those shit things about being a nerd.
What? I'd love for you to list some of the good things about being a nerd.
Yeah, go on.
It's funny because we've been, for 2.5 weeks, we've been sharing so much space. So, we're getting pretty brutal with each other. I should not be bringing that into the public forum. So sorry about that, Dave. Obviously, you're the best of the best. Love you. All right,
That's not what he's been saying back at the accommodation.
Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Has come up a lot.
I have not been saying that. So it was hearing, and so it was a weird question. I did write that in that small room over there. But it was hearing, and the hearing was terrorised by a mysterious thing called the Warminster thing.
Oh.
which is the topic that I'm going to talk about. Anyone heard of the Warminster thing? Really? Supposedly it's the biggest thing like this in UK history. You guys get educated. Am I saying Warminster right? Yeah. Sick. All right, let's go. Warminster is a town in Western Wiltshire around...
I mean, that is the worst thing you've ever done on this podcast. Shame him.
Cheer.
Shame him.
Oh. Is it just because I said it funny? Yeah. That's my accent.
Come on, mate.
Wiltshire.
Anyone?
Sorry, I was wrong. They've got all the worst things of being a nerd. It's around 2 hours southwest of London. Events that occurred in Warminster, fuck, I'm going to be nervous about it, over 50 years ago, boggle the mind till this very day.
It boggles the mind. I just said that because I knew Jess would really like it.
Classic catchphrase.
That is one of the many classic catchphrases.
The mind! It boggles! Still one of Dave's best lines.
You may well ask, you want to ask, boy, on what day did the events occur?
Boy, on what day did the events occur?
That was beautiful.
Very good question.
Very good mic technique too, very good. Great projection.
Why, they occurred on Christmas Day.
Oh.
1964. Oh, thank you. That's great. Obviously, 2 years later, the Saints won their premiership. Sorry, Jordash. The Saints are kind of the best and the shittest team of all time. It's a real dichotomy. But anyway, we'll get to that later. Loud noises were heard in the town. Some townspeople were woken from their sleep. The noise...
Was that one of the loud noises that was heard?
Is the concept of sleep funny? That guy has insomnia.
Oh. Some townspeople were woken from their sleep. Oh, it's kind of a one-time thing, I guess.
Had to be there.
The noises were described variously as pounding vibrations.
Christmas is about giving.
All the way down to ear-splitting whines. It's more your end of the spectrum.
I think it sound a little something like this.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty accurate.
One
I've whined before.
One local woman even reported being knocked down and left paralysed by invisible fingers of sound.
Oh, no. Keep your fingers to yourself.
In his book, The Warminster Mystery, local journalist Arthur Shuttlewood described the events thusly.
Any Shuttlewoods in tonight? That's a good name.
You saying that right?
It's Shitterfoot. The air was brazenly filled with a menacing sound. He wrote real good.
Yeah.
Sudden vibrations came overhead, chilling in intensity. They tore the quiet atmosphere to raucous rags and descended upon her savagely. Shockwaves pounded her head, neck, and shoulders.
Ugh. Pervy shockwaves.
Similar sonic attacks were reported around other locations in the town as well. At 1:25 a.m., Mildred Head reported that her...
What did Mildred Head report?
She reported the ceiling came alive with strange sounds lashing her roof, as if twigs were brushing the tiles. She had a tree above there. It ended up with a noise like giant hailstones. And I believe that there weren't any hailstones that night, but I'm not 100% sure. At 6:12, Marjorie Bye reported the sonic deluge broke with full fury. There were weird crackling noises, menacing sound vibrations, shockwaves of violent force. They're sort of just bits and pieces of the quote, I guess. Fill in the... As no one had seen it, they weren't sure how to describe it. And as such, the phenomenon...
I mean, every describing word ever was used in that one sentence.
As such, the phenomenon was dubbed as the Warminster thing. It's 'cause it's mysterious. What is it? I would have
thing.
called it the fingers.
Oh.
These early reports seem to open the floodgates of hearings and sightings as lovers of the paranormal flocked to the town. By the middle of 1965, sightings of unidentified flying objects were being reported around the town. It was variously described as an orb, a cigar-shaped or dome-shaped with colours of red and orange and bright like the stars.
Okay.
Cars would temporarily break down when the thing was around, and it even reportedly killed.
Oh!
That's good because this is like a big pantomime country, so...
Yeah.
Who's behind you? Sort of stuff. That's something... What did... Oh, now I don't actually understand either what you said or what you're referring to, but...
What's the other catchphrase people yell at pantomimes? Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, right.
I mean,
really do.
They're quite brainwashed.
it's quite amazing that your country is also the home of Shakespeare. It's behind you! Oh. I'm on a really rocky chair. Check this out.
No.
It's like a bucking bronco. Do you have a watermelon?
I really hope someone's brought a Christmas pudding today.
Somehow they knew.
I told a couple of people. Pudding people, I don't know. So yeah, we're up to the killing bit. You guys
Yay!
In February of 1965, after speaking with witnesses including David Holton, it was reported that a flock of pigeons was killed in flight when tangling with the thing. They brushed into fatal contact with paralysing sound beams in woods in Crockerton near Warminster. Stiff-winged, they plummeted earthward. The thing, in its most stunning guise, was directly responsible. A number of people testified to hearing high-pitched droning.
What's that sound like?
Hey, I'm not the man of 1,000 noises. Just 1,000
High-pitched... Isn't droning low?
Yeah.
What's high-pitched droning? I guess droning is like, and then... so it'd be like this. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's my best guess. I haven't practiced that one. And I should remind everyone I'm self-taught, so... In March, resident Joan Brown reported that the thing made their roof quiver under the onrush of noise. Her pet cat was sick in various rooms in the house.
The thing!
This has all been collated by experts in the field. It's so fun. People going, cat had a vomit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So,
Writing this down.
And when you say experts in the field,
UFologists.
yeah, like Stanton Friedman. You don't remember him?
Nah.
Come on, he was in the Roswell conspiracy, like the Roswell expert, and his name is Stanton Friedman, and he looks exactly as you're imagining right now.
And he also sounds like all your other characters.
No, that
Hello, I'm Stanton Friedman.
No, that was the sheriff, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Come on.
In his job at the local
Got
paper, Shuttlewood was collating a sizable dossier on the thing, talking to everyone who reported seeing or hearing it. But as he was yet to see it for himself, he was skeptical about whether it actually existed or not.
I mean, but that cat vomited in several rooms.
That all changed in September of 1965 when Shuttlewood himself reported seeing a UFO from him home.
From him home.
Wow. Sounds like he's been affected by this UFO.
That night, he was converted into a true believer.
So you're not going to correct what you said. You're just going to move forward. That is bold. Good for you.
I'm not editing this.
Great.
But whoever does, could you put me saying his into where I said him? I thank you.
Sugar nut. Yeah, Dick's Day.
So you now want the sentence to, instead of saying come him home, to be come his home. No worries. I think Jess and I will be able to edit that in. No worries.
Oh, man, how'd you go? Yeah, came a home. Whoa. You may be shocked to hear that there aren't many photos of the thing. Warminster local Gordon Faulkner saw it on the 29th of August in 1965 and described trying to capture it on camera, saying, "As it flew fast and low over the south of the town, I could just make out the unusual shape. It made no noise," which is weird. It's a big twist, actually. Made no noise. Hurriedly, I got my camera free and pointed at the craft, but the line of sight was too fast to follow. So I held the camera well in front of it and pressed the trigger as it entered the viewfinder. I did not dream I would get anything on film at all. And this is what he got.
I mean,
Can you describe that?
It looks a bit like a pod with...
I mean, to me, that looks like an alien spacecraft.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, to
Or
each
a
their
hat.
own.
It kind of looks like a hat.
It looks like an upside-down mushroom.
Oh, you
Or
know
just
that-
a mushroom, I
That's
guess.
It looks like a mushroom.
This became the most iconic image of the thing and was published by
No wonder you've never heard of it.
both the Warminster Journal and the Daily Mirror.
He wrote in a little bracket, "Get Dave or Jess to describe this." And then I pointed at it and he deleted it. As if that would make me forget it. Oh, can't read what's not there, dickhead!
Can't believe you found a loophole, but
And don't worry, man. I think we did you proud by describing it. By saying, oh, it looks like a
Pod.
is that
pod.
lips? Oh. You sexy thing. The photo gained the small town a lot of publicity and attracted thousands of paranormal lovers to see. It's funny, I have not read this yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's only one thing that turns me on, and it's UFOs, baby.
So they came to town. Well, they wanted to see the thing for themselves. The town was a bit flustered by it all, and a town meeting was called on August the 27th, 1965 at 7:30 p.m. UFO researcher Lionel Beer was there, and he wrote a report about the meeting soon after, saying that upwards of 300 persons crowded into the hall, and several hundred more thronged the stairs and corridor and overflowed into the street outside. The town was freaked out.
They were freaking.
Wow.
Wow.
All these people came to hear the public discussion on the mysterious lights and sound, which have been reported from the Warminster district in recent months. I didn't need to say that bit. Attending the meeting, a Mrs. Atwell told of how she had been very frightened by a strange and eerie sound accompanied by the apparition of a brilliant star. I love the idea of this meeting and just a line of people getting up and saying, "Yep, I saw a thing in the sky and it was real scary." Thank you.
Trying to get down.
It was also reported that 8 children had been scared by the thing at various times. But their parents requested their names should not be published, so they weren't.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
those
was scared of
fucking wusses.
sand when I was a baby. Sand. At the beach. I live in Australia. It's all beach.
So what do you do? Just get the sand and you just... The sand is lava.
You would have hated that episode of The Simpsons where Homer got sand in his underpants. Someone was disappointed the other night we didn't do a Simpsons reference, so I shoehorned that one in there.
And what a quality reference that was.
Seamless, yeah.
Marge. I've got sand in my underpants. Me too, Homer. Let's go home. All right. That's good stuff. I don't give a fuck. Lionel Beer concluded his report saying that the meeting ended about 10 p.m. and it ended inconclusively. The meeting didn't come up with the answers. Can you believe that?
What a waste of a meeting. What with all those people telling them that their kid was scared?
Yeah. Still
nothing.
Nothing. Sightings continued over the following years but started dying down by the 1970s. This is partly to do with the fact that less people were visiting the town to look for the thing, but also due to it probably not existing.
I only see slight correlation between those two.
There are still... No, that's not true. I want to believe. I'm so shattered. It's really near Bath where we were a couple of days ago and we didn't fucking go because I had not chosen this topic yet. There are still true believers in the town though, and sightings do still happen, only less frequently. The town seems to be starting to embrace its place in paranormal history as well, with semi-regular events celebrating the thing, including a recent 50-year anniversary event and ball at the town hall. And a mural being painted in the centre of the town, which has glow-in-the-dark paint on it.
Oh.
The article's so cute. The mayor and everyone's talking about it, I think. So good.
And we didn't go.
Oh. It's going to be one of my life's great regrets. It seems like the true nature of the Warminster thing is going to remain a mystery. I really do hope that the mystery is one day solved, though, as the thing needs to be brought to justice. It does have pigeon blood on its hands. That is my report. I'd love to hear what your theories are. Anyone got a theory?
Mole people.
Had anyone heard of it before? I mean, some of those weird blogs that I read really made it seem like this was a big deal here. I was led astray. Anyway, I think, yeah, probably real. And probably... Look.
I mean, you've turned it into a Q&A and we've got no cues.
It is there is also a thought that I didn't talk about that the government have covered it up. There was a recent explanation from the MOD, which I don't know what it is, but it's a British thing, and yeah, right. Well, they said it was something to do with plasma.
Giant otters.
I mean, these are all good answers.
But anyway, the ufologists are like, nah, it's not plasma.
No, that's dumb. Plasma's so dumb. It's clearly giant otters.
Yeah. Anyway, good on us all.
All right.
Matt's doing his report. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
What a time to be alive. And now it's my turn.
To be alive.
Yeah, my turn to be alive. I am also going to kick it off with a question, which I wrote just before we started.
Well, bloody done.
Better than I normally do.
Yeah.
And my question is, what beverage was the cause of riots in 1826?
Tea.
That is so English.
Eggnog.
Eggnog.
That's a Christmas thing in America. Anyone ever heard of eggnog?
Do you
I heard
drink
about
it here? Thank fuck. It's why.
What is it? It's
Why?
just like egg. And
gross.
and nog. I think the nog, thank you, I'll field this one. I think I think the nog is just like brandy or something. You're nogging on some brandy. Big time.
Having a nog.
Any further questions? Thank you. But yeah, I saw that. I first heard of eggnog on The Simpsons, and it went a little something like this. Oh, I'm drinking some eggnog on the... All right, I'm going to go... maybe just... Oh. I have not had a drink in 6 months. So, anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing this report.
So Matt seems less surprised by this than I was. Eggnog.
Eggnog. It's the eggnog riots.
It was mainly because it was a Christmas-related topic.
Oh, right. So you came across this one.
No. Just use the old...
Oh, eggnog. Sorry.
Use the old eggnoggin, mate, and figure it out for myself.
To me, I feel like I was the only one in this room that was like, oh, it's an eggnog riot. You were like, yeah, of course. And I was like, what? I'm the only one that was questioning that.
Yeah. Well, I can probably tell you a bit more about it if you want.
I'd rather not know. Live.
All right, cover your ears.
Live in a world of mystery.
So this occurred in the United States Military Academy in West Point, New York in 1826. A good year. Well, yeah, it's fine, I guess. I don't know. 9 years earlier, in 1917, a good year, the Academy...
1817?
Yeah, probably.
An even better year.
Definitely did write 1917, though. But that's impossible.
It's the millennial bug.
Yeah, no, 1817. The Academy was taken over by Sylvanus Thayer. He took command at the Military Academy. He was a brigadier general.
Yes.
Brigadier.
Jordash, we love the brigadiers. It's some sort of a rank in some sort of an army.
But
and
mostly,
we cannot get enough.
It's a fun word to say.
Have a go yourself. Jordash did not make it through the first report.
Okay, on three. Everybody say brigadier. 1, 2, 3. Brigadier. Oh, it's so satisfying. Such a fun word. Brigadier. So he was a brigadier general. He was brought in because he was a hard ass, and the academy really needed some work. They were known to be pretty shit. He revolutionised the academy with his strict rules. Students at West Point weren't allowed to leave campus, cook in their dorms, or duel. Weird that rule had to apply.
But before then, dueling was very common.
Yeah, they were just like, I challenge you to a duel all the time. And he was like, stop dueling. We're running out of students.
I call it bedazzling. But it was a different time. We didn't know any better back then.
It's the 1820s. His discipline style succeeded in turning the academy from a chaotic institution to a respected place of learning. Before he arrived, the academy was a few shoddy buildings and 4 teachers teaching a handful of students, and students were admitted at different times of the year, so there's no real structure. It's a bit of a mess. By the time this event happened in 1826, the academy had 36 men serving as faculty and 4 recognised departments. They had mathematics, engineering, natural philosophy, that's fun, and military tactics. So he turned it into like a proper school. The place I should go. Now, eggnog, which is what we're talking about, was a traditional part of West Point's annual Christmas celebration, but Thayer's ban on alcohol threw a wrench into the festivities. Obviously, as expected when you put a bunch of young people together, some of the cadets set about smuggling in alcohol. One of the cadets was a man named Jefferson Davis. He had a history of bad behaviour with alcohol. He was the first student to be arrested for going to Benny Haven, which was one of 2 taverns located near the academy. He got arrested for going. And the ban on alcohol didn't stop at the academy. Wow. So there was a couple of taverns around who were also not supposed to serve alcohol to the cadets, but Benny Haven's cadets could barter blankets and shoes for booze. Though they put in some rules and they weren't allowed barter anything from school like uniforms. They had principles, you know? They're like, sure, I'll take your shoes.
So there's just a dorm full of people with no blankets and no shoes.
Yeah, but they're having a good time. Another time, this is the guy, Jefferson Davis. Another time he was reportedly so drunk that he fell down a 60-foot ravine.
Oh!
We've all been there.
Don't worry, guys. His shoes will break his fall.
He wasn't one to shy away from a good party, and he was very enthusiastic and on board when the other cadets planned to bring booze to the holiday party.
So he survived the 60-foot fall?
Yeah.
Sick.
60 feet is a long way to fall in a ravine.
It's 10 Ms.
Yeah.
Matt, stand up so everyone can imagine that.
Now,
to scale. Just 10
times
of those.
that by 10.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Now you get it. We should use imperial mat measurements more often.
Because it's not like you guys deal with feet all the time.
Yeah. 10 mats. So they decided they were going to get booze for their holiday party, but Benny Havens was too expensive for the cadets to get all of their liquor.
Too many blankets.
They just didn't have enough shoes. Instead, a few days before Christmas, 3 cadets crossed the Hudson River to the East Bank to procure whiskey from another tavern called Martin's Tavern, not very creatively named. They had a few glasses there themselves, obviously, and then they took the contraband booze back across the river to the academy. At the dock, they came across a soldier standing guard, but they paid the man 35 cents for him to turn his back while they unloaded their cargo. 35 cents. That's probably a lot back then, but now it's a different time. It's 1800s, that's probably a lot. The cadets hid the containers of alcohol amongst their private possessions, and they hid them until Christmas night. And it was about a total of 3 or 4 gallons of whiskey. So it's a fair bit of booze. The brigadier, he was very strict, but he wasn't an idiot, and he knew he anticipated that this would probably happen over the festive season, and he even discussed it with his colleagues. And he assigned 2 people, Captain Ethan Allen Hitchcock and Lieutenant William A. Thornton, to monitor the North Barracks on Christmas night. Now, after monitoring the barracks, they both went to bed around midnight, separate beds. It's a different time. And everything was quiet. Nothing was out of the ordinary. It all seemed like everything was fine. But 4 hours later, Hitchcock awoke to the sound of rowdy boys a few floors above him. He went to investigate, and crashing the party, he found 6 or 7 cadets visibly inebriated. He ordered them to go back to their own rooms, and he turned to leave. And as he was heading out, he heard the sound of another party happening in an adjoining bedroom. When he entered, he found another 2 drunk cadets attempting to hide under a blanket. A third cadet, who was also drunk, refused to show his face, using a hat as a makeshift mask.
These people with military tactics, their main tactic seems to be if I can't see you, you can't see me.
It's always a good tactic.
In warfare, they just pull their hat over their face.
And the enemy's like, where'd they go?
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
You can't shoot what you can't see. That's no, that's not true at all.
So Hitchcock's demanding that this student hiding behind a hat reveals his identity, and he refuses to.
Well, it was clearly working. Yeah. Who's that?
Not saying. A few angry words were exchanged, and some of the other cadets nearby got enraged, and after Hitchcock left, they shouted, "Get your dirks and bayonets and pistols if you have them. Before this night is over, Hitchcock will be dead." Bit violent.
Did you enjoy that? You love death.
It was a threat of death. Yeah.
Oh, you're disappointed.
Yeah.
Could be something.
Yeah.
She is also wearing a scarf in what is the hottest room in London, so...
That's badass.
It is nice that they've put on the
hiding?
Christmassy Australian heat for today.
It's just like home. Soon enough, Hitchcock heard a commotion coming from floors below, seemingly larger and rowdier than the party he'd just broken up upstairs. As he walked into the room, so did a drunken Jefferson Davis, who burst into the room along with Hitchcock and announced, "Put away the grog, boys, Captain Hitchcock's coming." He was already in the room. Davis is a bit of an idiot. The other guy who was sort of patrolling and trying to keep some kind of order, Thornton, in his own attempt to break up gatherings, he had a cadet threaten him with a sword. And another cadet actually hit Thornton with a piece of wood, knocking him down. Things weren't going much better for Hitchcock. He attempted to break down a barricaded door. A cadet pulled a pistol out, attempting to shoot him. And at this point, Hitchcock thought he probably needed some backup. He found a colleague and told him to bring the comm here. And by the comm, he meant commander of cadets. But rumours quickly spread through the barracks that Hitchcock was summoning the regular artillerymen who were also at West Point, who the cadets all hated. So somehow they've confused those two. Now they've decided that's happening.
Let's see.
So they hated the artillerymen. They viewed Hitchcock's summoning of them as an affront to their integrity. So in the North Barracks, they began taking up arms in an attempt to defend the building from the artillerymen who weren't coming. They're ready for war.
So they took it as an affront to their integrity, these drunk
Yes.
soldiers.
Yeah.
We're very integrity.
How dare you? And they're ready for a fight. So violence within the barracks escalated as cadets smashed crockery and windows and broke furniture.
I mean, that's how you defend a building, classically. You smash all the crockery.
I'm going to
That's
break
what
all
they're
your
doing
plates.
at Greek weddings. They're just trying to defend the building.
That's beautiful.
Is that a thing that happens?
Yeah. You guys don't have Greek weddings here? You're much closer to Greece than we are.
So the
Whopper!
Jordash, that's a Greek phrase. Meaning, all right, let's party.
And you're all caught up. The artillerymen, of course, never arrived. They never were coming. And slowly but surely, the drunken mob began to sober up. Eventually, the commander of cadets, William Worth, arrived on scene, and his authority was enough to put the eggnog riot to rest for good. Oh no, Dad's here. Out of around 260 cadets, as many as 90 could have been charged for the night's events. However, the Academy was still trying to recover its reputation and didn't want to be seen as a place of anarchy and mayhem. So Thayer chose to deal with only the most aggressive offenders, expelling 19 cadets. Jefferson Davis managed to escape the evening unscathed due to the fact that when Hitchcock told him to go to his room, he actually did. And nah, he's a good boy. But obviously, the mystery remains. Why the fuck would anyone drink eggnog? Thank you.
Wow. What a Christmas mystery.
Yeah. It's haunted my family for years.
Wow. And we'll never, ever get an answer to that question. Well, Jess, that was a lot of fun.
Thanks, Dave.
And now it's time for another report. This time it is from me, and I've got a question to get us on the topic. This is our final Christmas mystery. My question is, are you getting the guns out there?
No?
Smash the crockery! Defend the stage! Okay, my question is, for you guys, what film do I watch with my dad every single Christmas? The answer is Die Hard! And my topic, and my mission, which I chose to accept, is to solve the Christmas mystery. Is Die Hard a Christmas film? Or is it just a Christmas... Or is it just a film set at a Christmas party?
Is it a Christmas film or is it a Christmas film?
Listen up and we'll find out. This topic's been suggested by a couple of people. Henry from New Zealand and Libby from Melbourne, who I doubt are here tonight.
That would be cool, though.
No?
No.
You look like a Libby. What's your name? Laura. Laura is so close to Libby. All right, let's try it one more time. What's your name? Oh, no, I guess first. I nearly said you'd say your name and I'd say, that's what I was thinking. Sarah. No?
I mean, there's so many names.
I know, but that's how good I am.
Well, obviously
Sarah,
not.
what is your real name? Alice.
Quite different. Arguably, quite different.
I'm gifted. But that's just not my gift. I'm still looking for my gift, but I'll find it. All right, so as we all know, today is a very special day for the film Die Hard. It is 30 years since the film debuted in Norway today.
30 years. God, the time flies.
At one of our London shows, we were definitely having some Norwegians in. Are you in today?
No.
All right. That would have been way more exciting. So what I'm going to do here is I'll give you a background to the film Die Hard, in case you haven't seen it. And then I'll give some points for and against as to whether it is a Christmas film, and I'll get both you, Jess and Matt, and the audience to decide once and for all if they think it is a Christmas film.
Great.
There will be a few spoilers in this report, so sorry if you haven't seen the film from 1988. Very sorry.
Yeah.
Give me a round of applause if you have seen Die Hard.
Laura hasn't. And
Libby-
she's gutted.
Libby and Sarah haven't seen it. Cannot believe it. A round of applause if you haven't seen Die Hard.
Okay, great.
Do yourselves a favour.
No need. Dave's going to tell them everything.
I'll give you
now.
the gist. You'll
Are you
love
gonna,
it.
Are you going to act it out?
Yeah.
Are you going to do accents?
Oh, yeah.
German accent.
I will... I'll get to the German at the end of this report. I will give you... So this is the background. The story of Die Hard is based on the book Nothing Lasts Forever by Roderick Thorpe. What a great name. But the character in the book is called Joe Leland, and they changed that to John McClane.
That was a good
It's
call.
a much better name. If you don't know the film, this is the summary without too many spoilers, but there will be a few later on. In the film, New York cop John McClane, aka Bruce Willis, is travelling to LA to visit his estranged wife and their kids. He goes to his wife's Christmas party at the Nakatomi skyscraper, and whilst there, Hans Gruber, bad guy played by Alan Rickman, takes over the building in order to rob the building's vault. Now it's up to John McClane to save the day. I'm tingling.
Get that checked.
Yeah, it's not in a good place either. The book, Nothing Lasts Forever, serves as a sequel. It's a sequel to The Detective, which was made into a movie in 1968 starring Frank Sinatra. His original deal said if they made the sequel, the role would have to be first offered to him. So at age 73, he was offered the role, but he declined.
Oh, that would have been a great film. Instead of the great film that it is.
It would have been, wow, a 73-year-old man running around in bare feet and glass. I would have loved it. There's a lot of glass if you haven't seen it, a lot of glass. One of the main characters is basically the glass. Anyway, before Die Hard was made, Clint Eastwood owned the rights to Nothing Lasts Forever at the time. Eastwood had considered himself for the role in the early 1980s, but for whatever reason, nothing came of it. So then eventually was put into production. Die Hard was directed by John McTiernan, who the year before had directed the Arnie film Predator, and who has since gone on to go to jail for wiretapping a colleague's phone and lying to the FBI about it. There you go. What a guy. The cinematographer, Jan de Bont, who was mentioned in Matt's Birmingham report and who later directed Speed and Twister, and famously Speed 2.
His best work.
Oh,
Jan de Bont.
Jan de Bont.
God, that is a good name.
Love that name.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. He was scalped in that report. Anyway, that's weird out of context. Good guy and good filmmaker. I'm going to drop the mic back down.
Well, being a pretty unknown actor at the time, mostly known for his role in the comedy drama TV series Moonlighting, Bruce Willis was not the first choice for the role of John McClane in this action film. The role was rumoured to have been passed on by Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Burt Reynolds, Richard Gere, Harrison Ford, Robert De Niro, Charles Bronson, Nick Nolte, Mel Gibson, Don Johnson, and Richard Dean Anderson before Willis got the call. And although he was about the 39th choice, when he finally got the role, he was paid a handsome $5 million dues.
Ooh.
$5 million.
That's about £1 billion.
Yeah. Let's carry the one.
Yeah. Yeah, my conversion's pretty good.
The film was Alan Rickman, who was the bad guy, his film debut. And what a role. A stage actor at I talk well.
And what a role.
Stage actor at the time, the casting director just happened to see him playing Velmont, who's like a bad guy in a stage production of Dangerous Liaison, and offered him the part. He initially wanted to turn it down as he didn't want to be in an action film.
Yeah, nah, fair enough. It's not a porno. Just do it. Action films. They're the cool ones. Are they the cool ones?
They are the cool ones.
Yeah, they're the cool ones.
Porn is also very cool. I'm sure there's a Die Hard porn parody. It's called...
Yeah, you can't top that.
I mean, I was going to say Dick Hard, to be honest. But well played, sir.
There is a baby here.
Pardon?
Yeah.
First words. Will his first phrase be Dick Hard?
Oh.
Well, the sequel, Dick Hard 2. This time it's personal. Now, Dick Hard 2, Back in the Habit, in brackets, this time it's personal. In brackets again, Judgment Day.
Why don't you go with the actual sequel to Die Hard with a vengeance?
Dick Hard with a Vengeance.
That's funny. Now that's funny.
That's funny.
Funny's funny, Dave.
Now, you'll be surprised to know if you haven't seen the film, this action film features quite a lot of gunfire. And I know, wow. That was the biggest spoiler. You thought it was a lot of hand-to-hand combat. The director, John McTiernan, wanted the guns to look real, so insisted on using extra loud blanks. This caused Bruce Willis permanent hearing loss. But Bruce wasn't the only one who had trouble with the loud gunfire. Alan Rickman couldn't stop flinching when he shot his pistol. Something that doesn't look so good when you're supposed to be the ultra-tough bad guy who doesn't give a fuck. Honestly, he goes,
I don't like it.
So director John McTiernan was forced to quickly cut away from Hans Gruber's face almost every time he fired a gun. Or when a gun was fired near him because of his constant wincing.
He's the English actor in the film, right? One of the best villains of all time. We did a report on him. Do you remember that, Dave?
I loved it.
You repeated quite a few of the facts already. As if you were saying them for the first time.
I think I am saying them for the first time. I may have heard you say them. Well, that's enough fun facts about Alan Rickman. The crew had to constantly apologise to people working below them in the building for gunfire because the building they filmed in, which is actually the headquarters for Fox, was still being used as an actual office. John McTiernan, the director, would have to send someone down to explain the loud noises. Quote, we'd have to periodically run downstairs and apologise to the lawyer beneath us saying, we're about to fire machine guns. Will you excuse us? So that's a bit of fun there. The film was a big hit and grossed over $140 million off a $28 million budget, so it was very well received. It was nominated for 4 Academy Awards. It is often listed as one of the greatest action films of all time and has since spawned 4 sequels that have grossed over $1.4 billion. But is it a Christmas film?
Yes.
Well, let's answer this once and for all. I'll give you evidence for and against, and you tell me what you think at the end. And when we all disagree and hate each other, I'll give you some more Die Hard fun facts. And then we'll have a bit of fun.
Oh, good.
Okay, so this is the reasons why it is a Christmas film. The film is set on Christmas Eve at a Christmas party. Without Christmas, this film does not exist. I honestly think I could just stop there. But I will go on. Why is Bruce Willis there? To visit his wife. What is his wife's name? Holly.
Compelling arguments early.
Bruce Willis murders a man. And if that's not the Christmas spirit, I don't know what is. But then he puts the man's body on a chair, makes him don a Christmas hat and writes, ho, 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 now I have a machine gun on him. That would be weird if it wasn't Christmas time. Right?
Where would he get a Christmas hat otherwise? You can only get them at Christmas time. Or 6 months before when they start selling them.
So this film is set in a small 6-month window of the year. Another gun and Christmas mashup scene, Bruce tapes a gun to his back. What does he tape it with? Yep, you guessed it. Christmas tape.
Is that it? What does that mean?
It's tape that has a Christmas pattern on it.
Ah.
It's Christmas tape.
That makes sense.
The film closes with a Christmas song. Let It Snow plays as it snows. Something that very rarely happens in Los Angeles. The soundtrack also features the Christmas song Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC. That's 2 Christmas songs.
Yep.
Speaking of Christmas songs, Alan Rickman's name is very similar to Hans Gruber, which is very similar to Franz Gruber, who composed the song Silent Night. A Christmas song. The film is very different to the book, but one of the main things that they kept in was the Christmas party setting. Christmas is clearly integral to this story. Hans Gruber is basically the Grinch. I read that on Entertainment Weekly. Even they were clutching at straws. I downloaded the script to Die Hard and I read it through, and this is the opening part of the script. This is the opening description. The opening word is Christmas. Christmas tinsel on the light poles. We are looking east past Inglewood into the orange grid of LA. Christmas tinsel!
Yep.
In fact, these... so in the script, it features the word Christmas 18 times.
That doesn't sound like that much.
Well, some other Christmas classics that I downloaded the scripts of. Yeah, I was a bit bored last night. This is how many... in the film The Holiday, which no one would deny that's a Christmas film, 23 times.
Right.
So not many more. Home Alone, 25 times. And It's a Wonderful Life, 36. So It's a Wonderful Life is often pointed to as the best Christmas film ever. So it's half as Christmassy as that. So it's half as Christmassy as the best Christmas film ever. Need I go on?
I mean, you will anyway.
I will. Die Hard was also voted as the best Christmas film ever by Empire and Forbes magazines. So that's the reasons for it. Here are some reasons why it may not be a Christmas film.
I'm very impressionable, by the way, so I'm probably going to go with whatever you say last.
Oh.
So you probably should have done these the other way around.
Oh, no. I'll win you back.
All right.
Last Christmas, public opinion and data company YouGov here in the UK polled over 5,000 adults.
They polled them.
Christmas is about giving. They asked them... Did anyone here get polled by MyGov? 5,000 were asked, do you think Die Hard is a Christmas film? And just 30% voted yes. 30%. 52% said no, 18% they don't know. Which I love. You get that, like, why are you asking me this question?
It's more like, I don't care.
Who cares? Well, this follows a poll in America in 2015. 62% of voters said they do not think Die Hard qualifies as a Christmas movie.
Right.
Clearly, a lot of people do not think it is. I also said the film closes with a Christmas song. Or so I thought! Let It Snow is played on radio stations during the Christmas season, is often covered by various artists on Christmas-themed albums. But it actually makes no mention of Christmas. It's more of a song about snow. Try and deny that this film is about snow. Try.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Thank you. The National Catholic website, who may have a slight bone to pick with Die Hard being a Christmas film, they write that just because it's set at a Christmas party doesn't mean it's a Christmas film. Quote, Harrison Ford escapes from the law by joining a St. Patrick's Day parade in The Fugitive. Does that make it a St. Patrick's Day movie? Nah, don't think so. Matt, as our resident lapsed Catholic on the show, what do you think about that argument?
Yeah, they make a good point.
And so eloquently said.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah,
don't think so.
What were you talking about?
Where did you go?
I just zoned a little bit out towards the end of that, but it did seem like a good point. About St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
We changed topics.
In a way.
Yeah.
Look, I'm nearly there. Then you get to vote. Bruce Willis himself briefly weighed in on the question earlier in the year. At his celebrity roast in July, he announced that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's a goddamn Bruce Willis movie. Which is a point that few are brave enough to argue with. It is technically a Bruce Willis movie.
That is a great line.
Sure.
That's funny. Bob, funny's funny, mate.
Yep. Nah, you're right.
Many of the haters who say that this is not a Christmas movie put that as a definitive answer. But it should be pointed out that in 2017, Stephen D'Souza, the co-writer of the film's screenplay and one of its creative forces, announced that he thinks it is indeed a Christmas movie. He pointed to the many Christmas references in the film, and last year he even linked on his Twitter to a Christmas picture book for children based on the film Die Hard.
Oh, that is good.
I mean, he may have just been trying to sell a few units, but he definitely said it is Christmas movie.
I like that.
So those are the points. That was the last one. You heard the last one saying
Yep.
it is a Christmas movie. Remember that.
Right, okay, sure.
Give me a round of applause. Oh, actually, first of all, Jess and Matt, do you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Yeah, I always thought it was. I mean, it's all the Christmas stuff makes it feel that it's hard to even argue against it. I don't understand what you're talking about when you're saying anyone thinks it isn't a Christmas movie.
Do I have to quote from the Catholic website again?
Please don't.
I mean, you could, because I missed it the first time, but...
So that's a yes from Matt, Jess?
Absolutely not. It's not a Christmas film. I just wanted to be the point of contention.
Thanks.
Yeah. For a bit of drama, you know? Yeah.
I can't believe you think that.
Absolutely
you
not.
guys never agree.
You frog. No, I'll take you. It's not Christmas. It's a Bruce Willis fucking film. I don't care.
Why can't it be both? All right, give me a round of applause if you agree with Jess and you think Die Hard is not a Christmas film.
A smattering.
Few people.
My favourite type of applause.
Is it mainly because you haven't seen the film?
Yeah,
Probably.
that helps. Didn't feel Christmassy to you. That's fair.
I mean,
because it's not.
Constant Christmas references didn't. I mean, what do you want? You want reindeer. All right.
I reckon there were toy reindeers in there somewhere, probably. There's a Christmas tree, pretty sure.
There is a Christmas tree.
He didn't have a present at one point? I mean, fucking grow up.
All right, other end of the scale. A round of applause if you think Die Hard is in fact a Christmas film. Wow. Mystery solved. But I did promise you some fun facts about this Christmas film.
You haven't done, someone did it before, but you're not going to mention the catchphrase?
It's one of my fun facts.
Great, all right.
Shut the fuck up, Matt. You're ruining everything.
One of Bruce Willis's most famous lines in the films is "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker."
He doesn't say it like that, though. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Very good, Dave.
The line has been used
Dave studied drama.
I think they can tell. The line has been used by John McClane in all 5 Die Hard films.
Oh, you're overdoing it by 3, I
In
reckon.
parts of Pakistan and India, it takes on a different meaning because in Urdu, that phrase means, here, eat this. Which I enjoy. That's fun. In 2013, Bruce Willis admitted that Yippee-ki-yay motherfucker was really just a joke. He said this to Ryan Seacrest. It was just a throwaway. I was just trying to crack up the crew and I never thought it was going to be allowed to stay in the film.
That is classic Bruce Willis.
Classic Bruce
He's
Willis
so
film.
funny.
He is pretty funny.
Yeah, I know, I said that.
Oh.
Die Hard has several alternative titles in different countries. In Greece, it was called Very Hard to Die. In Norway, it was called Action Skyscraper. In Russia, it was called Hard Nut.
Gonna have to get that removed.
Hungary probably has my favourite translation, though, where Die Hard was known as Give Your Life Expensive. The sequel is Your Life is
true.
More Expensive. And, of course, the third film was called The Life is Always Expensive.
Those are all very beautifully true.
I love that. A lot of the script and storyline changed as they were filming it. It was very haphazard in the making of it. If the creative team liked a character's performance, they let the actor stay alive in the film longer. D'Souza, the screenwriter, recalls, "We've got to kill somebody every 10 or 15 minutes, but let's kill this guy instead of that guy." Imagine being told, "Sorry, mate, you're going to die. He's really good."
Wow.
And finally, my favourite fact on the IMDb trivia section for Die Hard, which only 13 out of 112 IMDb users marked as they found this interesting, is when John McClane is pulling the glass shards out of his feet, he says he would rather be in Philadelphia. Bruce Willis later starred in Unbreakable, which was set and filmed in Philadelphia. That's the most boring fact. But that is Die Hard, a Christmas film.
Dave Warnicky, everybody. Well done. And now we have the definitive answer.
The definitive answer. You heard it here, and I do look forward to watching it this Christmas Day with my dad. Every year we watch it.
That's nice.
It's a lot of fun. Anyone who hasn't seen it, you're welcome to come over.
What's the address?
Actually, no, I was going to say it, but then this will be released with people hearing it at home, so no. I was like, you'll never make it down there.
I tried to trap him. I tried to let you guys go to Dave's parents' house, but it didn't work, and I'm sorry.
So close.
So that's it.
That's it.
Merry Christmas.
Nailed it.
Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for having us here in London at the Phoenix. Give it up for the venue. What a fantastic place.
Awesome.
We got to thank Dave on sound over there. Did a great job. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Our tour organiser and manager, Mark Chatterley, is here. Thank you so much, Mark. He's somewhere there. We would not be here without him, so thank you so much.
No, we wouldn't. Tiny little bit of admin before we head out. We do have another show. Round of applause if you're coming to our other show today as well. Thank you so much.
At that show, I will be arguing that Die Hard is not a Christmas film.
Dave only wrote one report. But a little bit of admin. We do have another show this afternoon, so we don't have heaps of time to hang around. So we're going to try and do a very sneaky system so that we can get to meet all of you. And our friend Mark will be over there. We've got a few T-shirts left.
You're assuming anyone wants to meet us, of course.
I'm just giving them the option. You can leave immediately and do this so we don't see you. That's fine too.
That's fine.
But Mark will be standing over there. We've got a few T-shirts left, and we've got some posters, and then we're just going to be right over there as well, just so we can kind of create a nice little flow. We're all about feng shui.
Yeah, but even if you just want to come up and say hello or get a photo or something, we would love to meet all of the people that came here today.
Totally great. That would be awesome. If you'd like to do that, we'll just be over there in a few minutes' time, and then we'll see the rest of you at our next show in a couple of hours.
Yay.
Oh, God. We're going to be fine.
We're going to do our Boxing Day special. So you're happy enough with the death count today? I'm so sorry that more pigeons didn't die, but...
I can confirm that 12 terrorists die in Die Hard.
And also that snooty businessman who's maybe the best bad guy character in any film
Alice.
ever. Alice, so funny.
And also...
Bobby. Apparently that line was improvised, and Alan Rickman's response to that was genuine. Like, what the fuck is he saying? Hans, Bobby.
Also, my report was set in the 1800s, so they're all dead now.
Yeah!
There's also that great... You didn't mention the great fact about Alan Rickman that when he fell to his death in the
I had
movie,
that written down, but I thought you probably said it earlier.
he fell to his death, but he didn't say...
He's a bad guy. Of course he dies.
When the director said, we'll drop you on the count of three, and he had this, like, what is it, about 10 of me drop to a mat on the floor. Oh, that's weird. And anyway, so... And the director goes, all right, we're gonna release you on the count of three. And he goes, 1, 2, and they dropped him. So his face is actually shitting himself for real on the way down. Great fact.
That is a great fact.
Yeah, well done, Matt.
But that does bring us to the end of the episode, and all we have to say is Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And to all a good night. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much, everybody. Laters.